good. Cool, refreshing, clean water? Or is it? How clean is this water? How clean is your water? If you live near a concentrated animal feeding operation or CAFO, it might not be very clean at all. Highlighted in a 2011 The Oprah magazine article titled Farmville Future, CAFOs and Contamination, environmental activist Lynn Henning presented the fictional case study that she originally designed to teach her environmental science students about CAFOs' impact on the environment and how to test water quality. Case Teaching Notes for Farmville Future by Luster, Teasley, and Ives, published 2013, states that students are assigned the role of county board members who must vote on whether one of the local CAFOs should be allowed to expand operations. Some CAFO benefits are presented by Carrie Freeber's 2010 article, Understanding Concentrated Animal Feeding Operations and Their Impact on Communities, the Benefits of CAFOs. When properly managed, they provide a low-cost source of meat, milk, and eggs due to efficient feeding and housing of animals. They enhance the local economy and increase employment. And increased tax expenditures increase funds for schools and infrastructure. The main concern in the study is waste management. As a result of CAFO practices, the U.S. EPA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, U.S. Geological Survey, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate copious amounts of manure and wet biomass are produced, and poor waste management practices represent the largest threats to air, water quality, and human health. Environmental concerns include pathogens. According to Joanne Burkholder in a co-authored article for Environmental Health Perspectives, Impacts of Waste from Concentrated Animal Feeding Operations on Water Quality, published in 2006, 6 microorganisms found at CAFOs are considered priority pathogens and are known to be persistent in both water and soil, including Salmonella, E. coli, Cryptosporidium, and Giardia. The U.S. EPA recommends monitoring of fecal indicator bacteria as a means to determine whether pathogenic organisms may be present in water or soil and may potentially cause illnesses in humans. Although this particular case study is fictional, it is based on very real problems we face today in light of CAFO practices. There's been a major shift in farming practices over the past 60 years from small, independent, privately owned farms to very large corporate concentrated animal feeding operations, otherwise known as CAFOs. So, what is a CAFO? Referring to the Environmental Protection Agency's website, water.epa.gov, we find CAFO defined in the following way. Animal feeding operations are agricultural operations where animals are kept and raised in confined situations. AFOs generally congregate animals, feed, manure, dead animals, and production operations on small land area. Feed is brought to the animals rather than the animals grazing or otherwise seeking food in pastures. Animal waste and wastewater can enter bodies from spills or breaks of water storage containers. As you might suspect, this raises great concerns about drinking water quality in areas where CAFOs exist. In Farmville Future, CAFOs and Contamination, one of the townspeople teaches herself how to test water quality and detect fecal contamination in water samples. What she discovers alarms the town's residents. She detected bacteria in the local water supply that shows levels of indicator bacteria such as E. coli, which is a bacteria found in fecal matter. This is not surprising news once one knows more about CAFO operations. According to Environmental Health Perspective, published online 2006, animal cultivation in the United States produces 133 million tons of manure per year. This fictional case study doesn't provide an outcome, but rather invites us to decide for ourselves how we would vote based on the information we've learned. What we've learned is that there are decided benefits to having properly maintained and regulated CAFOs in the community, ranging from increased tax base, increase in local jobs, and a boost to the local economy. The question is, do the benefits outweigh the risks? CAFOs are a valid cause of public concern. They can pose environmental problems and health problems to people. Communities with CAFOs operating amongst them should know that there are measures that can be taken to prevent adverse effects for their existence, such as ordinances and regulations to test air, water, and soil quality in the area. Even with such safeguards in place, there are no real guarantees that damages won't occur. Lynn Hennings, author of the fictional case study Farmville Future, CAFOs and Contamination, makes a decided call to action. We have to do something. After hearing the pros and cons, how would you vote?